Alrighty, what is going on? It is your boy, the Mighty Rock, and I have not posted on this channel in a super long time, so I just wanted to make a quick frame of reference as to why. So the last and first content on the, well, kind of first, either way, the 400-ish subscribers I gained was through the VHS gameplay, but VHS has since disappeared, for lack of a better word. Well, not pretty much. That's pretty accurate. So I'm going to give you guys a little rundown as to what happened to VHS. So I was always a DBD streamer, very humble, small streamer, and I was a part of Trickster Shadow's community, and he was one of the media testers for VHS. He encouraged everyone in his community to hop on the wagon, sign up for the beta, and I was one of those people. So I got into the beta. I actually got in wave 1, so there was like 1 or 2 days where the media testers were playing and the employees of Hellbent, which was November 24th, 2021, if I recall correctly. And then wave 1 for the beta keys happened on the 25th. So I was very close to like the first, I was literally the first public round. But the media testers and the employees probably weren't as experienced besides just playing in-houses with each other, right? So as far as like raw, like online gameplay, the chaos of solo queue and ping differentials and the whatnot, I was definitely day 1. So because there wasn't so many people allowed to play, there was not so many people on Twitch to watch. So there was a lot of hype around VHS, and I got to soak in a lot of that hype with my content. My stream blew up. I was rocking well over 100 viewers for a good 3 months after that. So the end of November, the whole of December, and then the majority of January, I played so much VHS. I was constantly having like super long stream sessions. I was in between jobs. I like started a job early in December, but like that was like when I was hired, right? So when I actually started working, the meat and potatoes was a bit later. So I was just grinding VHS super hard. So VHS closed beta is rolling, and then at the end of January is when the security breaches were happening. Hellbent was being DDoSed. So Hellbent's being DDoSed, the game goes down for like 100 days. During that 100 days of darkness is what I called it. Some people called it different names, but either way, the game was unplayable. And it was still closed beta, so there was a couple more waves besides the wave I was a part of, but still not many people playing the game. Sorry, I'm thinking emoji. Okay, so closed beta, 100 Days of Darkness. 100 Days of Darkness ends, and the game makes this huge mistake, the huge mistake of many, dare I say, to come back in remaining closed beta. Like, we're on wave, like, 10 plus on beta keys. There's not many people online. Queues are long, but, like, the viewers are there. YouTube, it's blowing up. Twitch, it's blowing up. There's so many views, so many eyes on VHS. The hype was immeasurable. Definitely the most hype I've ever seen for an ASIM, because I was playing DBD around the time of Friday the 13th, but it definitely just wasn't as big as what VHS was during that late 2021, early 2022. So the game returns after 100 Days of Darkness. It's still closed beta. We are given the ability to buy fan bucks, I think, so they could test it out before what was early access. And I think, did we get any new characters? No, Deathwire wasn't for well into EA, I believe. So we were still rocking Wart, Dollmaster, Werewolf, and then 5 teens. Leo, Gloria, Brett, Faith, and Jess. There we go. It's been a while. I've been a bit of a DBD frog since. So yeah. All right, comes back after the 100 Days of Darkness, closed beta. And people are rightfully angry. Like, why are we still in closed beta? So, the game is not as popular on Twitch. People were definitely just very tired of, like, 1, they lost interest because it was just completely offline for a while. And then 2, the interest was definitely worn out. You know, people were interested because they wanted to play, and they thought they wouldn't be waiting more than a month at most, or there'd be a paid option. But VHS was really insistent on being, like, for free. And I feel like that was a downside, actually. Like, I feel like if they just gave beta access for, like, 10, 15 bucks, you know, we would have probably not be in the situation we're in, but just constantly leading people along and not letting them play the game was super bad. So fast forward to early access. Fast forward, Franny. That was a joke people would make because the program for the content creators that were sponsored by Hellbent were called the Rewinders. So people would call the people against Hellbent and VHS the fast forwarders. So fast forward to early access. We're getting some new content, but the game is very dead. Queues are still very long. Everyone is able to play the game, but there's no advertisement going out. There's no real push for console either, because console is what really keeps a lot of these games afloat, cross-play and console. But having like a Steam only, Epic only, it's now open. You don't have to wait for a code or for a closed beta invite. But Hellbent was still behind the myriad that early release was, early access just wasn't full release yet. And they were allowing people to purchase Founders Packs and spend money on skins and stuff. So we persisted, played a good bit. Deathwire came out, Reggie came out. Each time the player base would pop, and we would have good queues for probably a week or two. But then here comes March, Anomaly release. Anomaly was so cool. Such a strong character, such a really interesting design. But then there was no, there was a Survivor and a couple maps teased, but they actually never came to fruition. I absolutely taste here, by the way. Fernie. But yeah, Anomaly comes out, and a month after Anomaly's out, they Hellbent announces, hey, we're not going to create any new content for this month. We're working on a bunch of stuff, and they tease so much stuff. So I was like, okay, cool, we're chilling. But when that happened, we were in the biggest dry spout that ever happened. I'd already completed all the content available, you know, thousands and thousands of hours I put into closed beta 1, closed beta 2, and early access. So I was just like, okay, we're just going to chill. Went to go play some Project Playtime, which is another ASIM that's not doing the worst, but just not very successful on Twitch. And then here I am back to my home, back to Dead by Daylight, the game that I was playing before VHS really started cooking. And yeah, the month after the dry spell of content, Hellbent announces they are going to peer-to-peer, and the game will be fully shut down, undownloadable off of Steam and Epic in September. So that was when I really stopped playing the game. So that's a little TLDR, TLDW of the history of VHS, and it's not a good one. It's unfortunate. Probably the funnest game I've ever streamed in a really long time. I met so many awesome people, but sadly returning to DBD, a lot of them have dissipated. The VHS onlys, I like to call them, but I did still meet a lot of people. We're still kicking off the streams 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now, every single morning. Trying to keep consistent on co-streaming on TikTok, uploading on TikTok. And then here's the YouTube. You know, this channel's been completely dormant since the VHS content of O. So I'm like, heck, let's upload a video. So I hope you enjoyed some of this YouTube. These clips are from stream, of course, but yeah, a little bit of gameplay in the background, a little bit of commentary, and I think that will do it. VHS, come back. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.